If you're driving, please remember to use your car's Bluetooth speaker while listening to the AM Drive. Sports talk is not worth your safety or the safety of others.
Grab your popcorn and sit back.
Jump the gun. Oh, no, give me more than that. Okay, go this way. That was dumb. We are.
How could I tell you when nobody wants to? Your faded words I will choke.
Happy Friday to everyone in the sports universe. This is the AM Drive on November 3rd, 2023, and we are live. From Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Aaron Crouch. I am Kyle Carvelis in Guyton, Georgia. What's wrong? What's wrong?
It's Nevada, bro.
I tried to at the end of that, but I missed it. My bad. My bad. I don't think people care as much as you say they do.
I think you're wrong.
What if I say Colorado and when I go to Colorado?
I don't know because I don't know what's right.
Dang, that's sad.
I think it's Colorado.
Wait, what?
I think it is Colorado, but if you said Colorado, I don't think anybody would care.
Just like they won't care if I say Nevada.
Oh, they care here. Trust me.
These are great.
So are these.
Hello? Who is this? Oh, where'd you get this from? Oh, MikeandAaronDrive.com, baby.
Yeah, this is the only way you ever want to get mugged right here.
That's what it's called. Well, that one's called Hot and Cold Takes. This one is called Mugged. Get your merchandise right, Aaron.
Hot takes. Cold takes.
It depends on the day, really.
Freezing cold takes.
Wow. MikeandAaronDrive.com is the best way to support our shop, sponsors, socials, and YouTube all in one amazing place. Aaron, the Rangers won the World Series and no one saw it.
I saw it.
You saw game one. Stop that.
I watched game 5 too.
Of course you did. You were the one who was watching this game. No one else was besides you.
I was the one guy.
The worst. How in the world, I'll say it again, is this the worst in recorded history? It does not make sense in this year. It doesn't make sense. They have seriously dropped the ball.
It is pretty incredible considering all the changes they made to try to implement speed and flash and runs and cater to a younger audience. And it got worse. It got worse. I feel bad that I don't feel bad for baseball. They may have been slow. I don't love the fact that they're trying to do what they're doing, but since they are trying to cater to a younger audience, they've been too slow to do so. Does that make sense at all?
Too late.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to change the game. The old heads, as you like to call them,
the old whites,
they don't want to change the game. So you did it anyways, but you did it too late that it didn't even matter because no one still cares. But I will tell you this: if one of Philly or Houston was in this World Series, it would have been higher.
I would have watched. I don't know if I would have watched Bryce Harper because I don't like him. I know a lot of people would have. I would have definitely watched the Astros to see if the Diamondbacks could pull it off. But I don't think Astros or Rangers would have lost this series, honestly.
No, I agree with you.
Diamondbacks
got as far as they did. Yeah, Diamondbacks got as far as they did on a few lucky bounces and the bats just going silent for Philly. I mean, that's not to take anything away from the Diamondbacks. I mean, they played head and shoulders above what they probably should have this year, and good for them. But it just, it didn't matter what happened to the Rangers, injuries, what have you. Just kept running.
Like the Braves, they didn't need their stars. They just kept on. They were stacked enough.
That is true.
Corey Seager's second MVP of the World Series. I believe he won with the Dodgers.
That is also true.
The Rangers win. I did not know this was the Rangers first. I did not know that, actually. Yeah,
they've had, I believe, 3 other times where they've come up short. Quite recently, too. I think 2 of them are pretty recent.
Interesting. Well, I mean, like I said, no one saw it. No one cares. Move on. Steelers, another game I could not give a lick about. I don't care how you think Will Levis looked last week. He didn't do that this week. And that's how that works. I love Steelers fans have been telling me, Kenny Pickett's got 7 game-winning drives. Is this what we're resting on now with this guy? The fact that he does enough, maybe less than Brock Purdy? Is this what I was told he's the second coming, he's a savior, he's from Pittsburgh, blah, blah, blah. And your only stat you have to rely on is 7 game-winning drives? Well, congratulations, he might be a tad bit better than Mitchell Trubisky, but like I said before, they're almost the same. It's really incredible. They've got some. Where's it at? Oh, I put it over here. Moral victories. Even though they won, it's like, okay, this is what we're doing with Kenny Pickett now. Just 7 game-winning drives. Wow.
Well, to be fair, I did enjoy. I like the comparison with Brock Purdy. I think he's about that good. The thing is the team around him is not as good as the healthy 49ers team. So he has struggled a little bit. I mean, do we believe Kenny Pickett is Ben Roethlisberger? No, I don't think so. Are there people out there who probably have told you that? Yes, but I think you take the opinion of one person and try to make that a gospel. I disagree with it. I mean,
Whoa.
Kenny Pickett's fine. The running game got going. I mean, 180 yards rushing. When's the last time we've seen that out of the freaking Steelers?
It's nice, yeah.
I mean, he got
At
113.
least Najee doesn't have to do it all.
But it wasn't even Najee. It was Jalen Warren.
I know, that's what I'm saying. At least he doesn't have to.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I mean, 180 yards or whatever it was on the ground. I mean, George Pickens. Did you see that play with George Pickens? The touchdown that wasn't.
Could care less.
I think you're not really making a compelling argument for having a sports show if you couldn't care less.
These two teams are boring and boringer.
Sure, they are, and Tennessee, I think, is in my opinion waving the white flag, going with Levis, punting, Kevin Byard out of town. I'm surprised they didn't find a way to just move Derrick Henry. I know that he wouldn't restructure his contract. DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, it's a cool story, but he doesn't belong there right now. Like, they need to punt this season. I know Mike Vrabel has more pride than to just punt his season, but these are two teams trending in opposite directions. The Steelers are going. This is what they're going to be when they're going to win games. It's 23-20, 20-17, 13-9, crap like that. I mean, if they can't sustain success if they're having to chase the game. And this is Steelers football. I know that sounds cliche, but this was Steelers football last night. And if the run game can get going, they play great enough defense that Kenny Pickett doesn't have to be Ben Roethlisberger. He can be Brock Purdy. The I got a healthy team around me, Brock Purdy. But right. I don't think Kenny Pickett's a superstar, but I think he's a serviceable and fine quarterback. And yes, he's not head and shoulders above Mitch Trubisky, but he is better than Mitchell Trubisky. And I don't know why you're still hanging on to this narrative of Mitchell Trubisky, though. It's just like, let it go, man.
Because I just think it's comical. And you're like only one person. Now, there's a boatload of Steelers fans that will not shut up about Kenny Pickett. Like, what am I seeing in this guy that everyone else is apparently
seeing? You didn't shut up about Sam Ellinger for like 6 months. And
I'm a Colts fan, but the fact I don't get it why Kenny Pickett. Yes.
What?
I don't know why Kenny Pickett has apologists out there as if they don't have Deontay Johnson, George Pickens, Pat Freiermuth when he's healthy, for crying out loud. Najee Harris, Jalen Warren. Like, what do you mean? Oh, it's his offensive coordinator. But when he wins the game, look at that clutch guy. Give me a break. That's such I'm going to tell you how already that stat is. Kirk Cousins leads the league since Kenny Pickett entered the league in fourth quarter comebacks. That's who he's trailing. Kirk Cousins. Steelers fans, you nailed it. You nailed it in the draft, man.
Kirk Cousins, top 8 quarterback in the league. Not anymore. He's hurt.
10 on a good day. Sure, yeah, that's great.
Wow, you're in court.
You think he's a top 8? Oh my God.
Do I think Kirk Cousins is a top 8 quarterback in the league currently? Yes, I do.
On a good day, sure.
Not today because he's torn Achilles, but I mean,
yeah. On a good day, maybe.
At the start of this season, yeah.
With the weapons around him in the offensive scheme, yeah, I'm sure he puts up numbers. Great.
Well,
but not,
you have
no
to
one,
have
no
weapons.
one wants him to on their Super Bowl contender.
I disagree. I think a lot of teams were kicking the tires. He didn't want to go anywhere. we're not going to go down that rabbit hole. But I don't. He doesn't want to leave Minnesota.
He better start wanting to. I'm just letting you know now. There might be a
Either
lot of
way,
pretty girls in Minnesota.
The fact of the matter is Kenny Pickett can be fine when, like I said, Pittsburgh's calling card is running the ball and defense, and that's exactly what they did last night. No one's expecting Kenny Pickett to beat Patrick Mahomes. That's just not a thing. And speaking of quarterbacks who are struggling, look, no weapons around Patrick Mahomes, and he's not having such a great year. So, I mean, you need the weapons. And when you have George Pickens, who's basically the laziest receiver I've seen in a long time,
Anthony Johnson is too.
If you have a chance to watch that play, I mean, it's all over Twitter. But if you have a chance, X. If you have a chance to watch that play of George Pickens' touchdown that wasn't, just take a look and see how lazy a receiver can be. That he is the epitome of how lazy a receiver can be. Anyways, it's a good win for the Steelers. They have to win these games to keep pace in the AFC North and, hope that the Ravens stumble. I mean, I got to tip my cap to Pittsburgh. I think this was a gritty, tough win. They got it done. It's on Thursday night after a game, after a tough week last week. I don't know. I tip my cap to the Steelers. It's a good win.
It's a Mike Tomlin game. He's the greatest coach of all time because he never has a losing season. I mean, I don't know what Steelers fans hang on to the weirdest narratives of all time. I'm sorry.
No one has ever said he's the greatest coach of all time.
Well, people hype him up like he's a top tier coach, and he's just not. He's a good enough coach. He's better than average. He's not one of the greats. There you go. Tell the Steelers fans, not me.
I mean, it's not easy to keep a job for 17 years in this league. So,
Producer Joe is crazy.
He likes sports. Hey, see, he likes sports. Why don't you like sports?
I love sports.
Well, so far today, this show, you've put down the Rangers. I'm sorry, the Diamondbacks, baseball, and the Steelers, and Kenny Pickett. You haven't.
I'm probably not the only ones, to be fair. I'm probably not the only one.
Who pissed in your Wheaties this morning?
Who pissed in Kenny Piss?
Yeah, no, that's not a moral victory. You should be shamed for that.
That's right.
Unfunny jokes aren't moral victories, buddy. No,
right.
Unfunny jokes aren't moral victories. Oh, Danny Dimes. You're going to die on that hill. That's going to be a fun one.
Well, at least Kenny Pickett has an offensive line. Oh, wait, according to Steelers fans, he doesn't. Yeah,
hey, you have a stat you can take to the bank with Danny Dimes. He has one more playoff win than Kenny Pickett.
Oh, I didn't even think about that off top. That's how crazy Kenny Pickett.
You're not even a good troll. See, you're not even a good troll.
It's a good one. I like that. One more playoff. That's a good one. Good job, sir. You're hired for the AM Drive TV social media team. We got to move on. We'll be right back. This show is incredible.
All right, welcome back here to the AM Drive Royal Rumble. If you are like me and love delicious meats and not bitter like Michael over here, then you have to check out our friends at Agridime. Go to MikeandAaronDrive.com, click the link. The picture looks just like that. When you go into the Agridime store, shop till you drop. They've got awesome meats, sauces, even beef tallow, everything you can get your hands on for grilling, smoking season. I know the weather's getting cold out there, but the grill still works. So promo code AM Drive for 10% off your order when you're shopping there. Tell them that your friends at AM Drive sent you. Agridime and AM Drive. It's a match made in heaven. Meat heaven.
Whoa, I like that line. Meat heaven. Hashtag meat heaven. That's a good one. All right, this is my Stalin or Hitler impression. In Germany, the Dolphins take on the Chiefs. I don't. That's a bad one. I like my British one better.
Do you even know who Stalin is?
He was almost as bad as Hitler, but wasn't as bad. That's all I know.
Bro, he was worse.
Oh, he was? History books didn't teach me well. See,
they
that's
don't teach you about it. But
Good for me.
Yeah. Anyways, let's not flood our show with Stalin and Hitler references. So,
I mean, Michigan
yeah,
State loved it. Yeah.
Miami and Kansas City.
Woo!
You know, this is such an excellent matchup. It's a shame it has to be on at 6:30 in the freaking morning.
Well, for you, sure. But I agree.
Okay,
I wouldn't wake up at 9:30 to watch it.
That's the thing. That's what's so sad is if this game was on at 10 o'clock in the morning, I'm all pasted to the couch. But
I mean, even then, that's still kind of early. Well,
that's when football comes on for us, buddy.
That's true. The time. Go ahead.
Football comes on at 10 in the morning here, but so 6:30 in the morning, just way too early for me, which is such an unfortunate situation here because this is such a power matchup. I don't really know what to expect with this. It's one of these teams is not going to adapt well to having to go to Germany.
That would be Miami.
Miami's there earlier than Kansas City is. Kansas City's allegedly going yesterday. Miami went Wednesday. I don't know how much that matters, but
the Jaguars beat the Bills. How much does it matter? Yeah.
Well, let's say the Jaguars were there for 2 weeks. So, does time in the country matter versus talent? You know, what do we get out of Tua? I mean, when he faces a top-tier defense, which I think Kansas City probably can flirt with that, he has struggled this year. Kansas City, -1.5? I kind of dig Kansas City getting out of here with like a 2 or 3 point victory. Like, I think this game will be close to the number. However, I don't think we're going to touch 51.
I agree. That was my pick. I was under 51.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean Chiefs by a nail biter and under 51, something in the realm of like 26-23.
Yeah. I was saying, like, I think that the public is probably low on Kansas City, especially after they lost the Broncos. But I can't bet against Mahomes and Reed. But I think under 51 is the only play here. Like, if you think Dolphins' speed can travel and they're earlier, go ahead and take them. But I wouldn't even touch the spread in this one. I wouldn't even touch the money line either. Because both these teams can win this game.
I mean, this becomes a 4 o'clock game for these teams. So it's like you're in another country. You're playing late. You got the whole day to be around. And I don't know. I don't like anything about this. I'm not going to bet this game at all. But you're right. I think under 51. I think it's actually starting to move down. So if you like the under 51, jump on it now.
Yup. Taylor Heineke and Jaren Hall in a matchup that we all saw coming week 1. Falcons are favored by 4 here. The total's at 37. I like the Falcons in this game. This pick's in my AM Drive 5. Very late AM Drive 5, my add. So take that as a grain of salt that you will. But yeah, I think Falcons control this game, and I don't think Jaren Hall is very good.
I mean, there's only one way to find out. We don't have a lot of tape on him. He wasn't very great at BYU either. Falcons,
right?
I mean, I got to agree with them. I believe that Taylor Heineke is probably the best chance to start. You know how much I like Desmond Ridder. I'm a Desmond Ridder fan. But 2-6 at home against the spread, 1-3. I see this game already down to 3.5. If we get some more late money, I would like to be on the Falcons, but I would like to be on the Falcons -3 in this spot. Ultimately, I'm not on this game unless something drastically changes because it's such a wild card with Jaren Hall. No tape on him, nothing to go with. He's got no Justin Jefferson. Like, there's pros and cons to this guy starting this game. Like, Josh Dobbs, I might feel a little bit better, even though he probably doesn't know the offense.
I agree.
But I would only be getting on this game if Atlanta can somehow go down to 3. Like, I'm seeing 3.5 right here on covers.
Great.
And but yeah, no, I'm not laying a hook because this game does feel like if Jaren Hall, is it Jaren Hall?
It is Jaren Hall, yeah. If
he actually plays with a little bit of fire, like this team might have a little bit of a spark. They can keep this close to possibly win the game. I don't want any part of that with a hook for sure.
I thought Falcons would have blown out the Buccaneers if not for Desmond Ridder's like 3 or 4 fumbles in the red zone.
Yeah,
That's telling to me.
It's quite unfortunate. I hope Desmond Ridder can figure it out. I mean, no disrespect to Taylor Heineke. I love Taylor Heineke, but he's not a long-term solution. So I'm wondering what their plans are now if they're ever going to turn back to Desmond Ridder, which it's okay if they don't. I wouldn't be shocked if they do, or if they do not, excuse me. But I am rooting for Ridder to kind of right the ship here. I don't know why. I don't have any ties to him. I just feel like I kind of want him to succeed. Agenda. It's not a personal agenda. If he doesn't succeed, it doesn't. I'm not going to go die on a hill for him.
Oh, I would. Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm not going to. I call him. I mean, Desmond Ridder is a great nickname for him.
Well, he's way better than Daniel Jones. That's a fact. He does have one less playoff victory, though.
Thank you. All right. Bears and the Saints. You've got a Derek Carr team that I think is finding its stride here, but Tyson Bagent could not even light up the Chargers, and so that train fell off the rails immediately. I've got Saints to control this game, and I don't know about 8.5, but could we get a 10-point victory? Sure. But I don't know if I want to touch this. I want to go over 41 just because I think Tyson Bagent might score a little bit more, and I think Derek Carr will too.
Yeah, if Tyson Bagent is going to score, if the Chicago Bears offense is going to score, they're going to keep this, I think, within a touchdown. The New Orleans offense has really shown me nothing this year. To believe that they can start covering, over a touchdown. I know it's at home. I mean, I can see it. Obviously, the blowout's only going to go one way, and that's New Orleans. The defense for New Orleans, for me, has just not been as sexy as they were in the first 6 weeks as the last 3 weeks. So, I'm going to take Chicago to keep this close. I think the Chargers are a better team than the Saints, and I know we saw what happened with the Chargers and the Bears on Sunday Night Football, which, by the way, that should have been flexed out. The NFL's got to do a better job. That should have been flexed.
The fact that the Jets are still getting primetime games shows you all you need to know.
That's also true. Well, the Jets are getting primetime games because they were supposed to have Aaron Rodgers. That's a little different.
That's my point.
Yeah, they should be getting flexed as well. They're on Sunday night this week, aren't they?
Monday night.
They're on Monday night this week. Oh wow. Yeah, give me the Bears plus 8.5 in this one.
I like it. Rams and the Packers. Stafford might not play, so we might see Brett Rypien or any other cliches you want to say about butts. Puka Nacua.
What does that have to do with butts?
Rypien. Come on, man. Come on.
I think that's Mark Rypien's son, if I'm not mistaken. You're too young for Mark Rypien.
Could care less about who Mark Rypien is. I've heard the name. He's a coach right now.
He might be. I don't know. He was a quarterback for the Redskins for a long time. No, they were the Redskins.
I don't know.
I think he was the quarterback when they won the Super Bowl.
Is also questionable. So I wonder. I think Packers win this game. I mean, they might win by 3. Nice head. They might win by 3. Oh, your hat's fit again.
Yeah, they do. Swelling went down.
Okay, there you go. So I've got Packers to win this game, but I like the I don't want to par this game, but I think Packers can win this game by 7. I just don't want to bet it.
Yeah, I honestly didn't even look at this game. I mean, it sounds good on paper 3 years ago, but 2-5 versus 3-5. Every time I back the Packers this year, I've been completely wrong, and so there's really nothing that tells me that I really want to even try and touch this game. Over 38.5, maybe. That's what I was thinking about. Yeah. I was kind of thinking like 21-20, kind of in that scenario.
Yeah, I want an extra field goal, but I don't know if I'm going to get one. So, Commanders and the Patriots, the new look Commanders who have completely sold on defense, head into Foxborough, which is always a fun place to play. I'd like to think Patriots can win this game. The fact they're favored by 3, they should be very grateful and thankful for that. The Vegas actually sees that because, I think Sam Howell can put up enough points to win this game. And so I think Commanders' money line's my play here. Like, do I trust the Patriots to win this game? Unless they have another all-time defensive performance. But I think Sam Howell and the Commanders are playing too good right now. Take that lightly.
So this is in my AM Drive 5 too. So are we Are we revealing if we need to, or if we just wait until
Yeah,
the end?
you made us reveal it early, so I don't like that, but go ahead.
All right. Well, yeah, I feel like you really can't buy Washington at a lower spot than you are right now. I mean, they've sold off I guess their two best defensive linemen, if you want to call it that.
Right.
I thought they did great for getting a second and a third for those guys. But here's the situation. I mean, Washington's defense, even with those guys, has never been super stellar. The offense looks like it's finding its footing, and you're right. The Patriots have no business being favorites, even at home, to almost anybody. I think they're about a 20 to 21, in terms of best teams. Washington's not much around there. I think they're probably in the 18, 19, 17 range, something like that.
That's fair.
You give them the home field advantage. I think Washington wins this game, but in my AM Drive 5, I'm taking the 3 in this spot.
I like money line, but you can take the 3 to be safe.
Well, I mean, it doesn't. I mean, for an AM Drive 5, why would I not take
Right.
free 3 points if it's worth the same?
Right. Seahawks, Ravens. I think this, if there wasn't a really good primetime game and another good NFC East game, this would be my game of the week. Unfortunately, it's not. I think Ravens squeak out a win here. I'm stunned that the people in your area believe that Ravens are almost a touchdown. That blows my mind. I thought Seahawks would get more respect than that. Because when I was handicapping this game, like, sure, I got Ravens by 3. And I was like, oh my God, 6? I don't know, man. I like Seahawks plus 6, but I don't know if they're going to win the game.
Yeah, I mean, I can kind of dig it. It's already actually come back to 5.5 here, what I'm looking at. But, I mean, that's better for you if you like Baltimore. This is a tough one. I mean, Lamar Jackson against the NFC is, I believe he's like 16-2 or 17-2 against the NFC.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things that, like, you got a 1 o'clock Eastern game, which makes it a 4 o'clock game for Seattle having to come. It makes it a 10 o'clock Eastern. Sorry, it makes it a 10 o'clock game for Seattle, which is early in the morning for them. They don't usually play football at 10 o'clock in the morning. My philosophy on West Coast teams coming east, whether you believe it or not. I think it still has some merit to it. Baltimore kills these types of teams, these types of games. When they're at home, they get up for good teams. I'm going to take Baltimore to cover the 5.5 here in this spot.
Wow. How big do you think it could get?
I don't think it's going to get bigger. I don't know.
She asked me that question, so I'd ask you.
I don't think she did.
I think she absolutely did. I'm sorry, I'm being bad today. But that's fair. I don't think it can get any bigger either. Okay, Buccaneers, Texans. Houston's favored by 3. That's about where I like it. I had 24-17, but I mean, again, I think Texans can win this game by 1 score. I think Buccaneers are officially starting to sell the season. It was nice while it lasted for the first 3 or 4 weeks. And I feel like Texans, I was shocked they lost the Panthers game. I was like, of course, Bryce Young wins that game. His first victory is against C.J. Stroud. After C.J. had lit it up all season. So I think Texans win this game and get back on track with D'Amico Ryans, who's actually coached. He's looked pretty good so far.
Yeah, this is a tough one. I mean, you got Houston 2-1 against the spread at home. 4-3 overall. You got the Bucs, who are undefeated against the spread on the road. I don't feel like they've given up. I mean, yeah, they lost to the Bills, but Godwin turns around, they win that game. I mean, the ball literally hit him in the arm. If he turns around, they win. So, I mean, we're talking about a team, a first place NFC South team here in the spot. I like the Bucs to cover this. I actually like the Bucs to go in there and win a game. I mean, D'Amico, yeah, you're right. He's done a great job. They can't run the football, and the Bucs are great at that.
Hurt again.
Yeah, and when they know they can stop the run, I mean, they can focus a lot of their resources on taking care of C.J. Stroud here. I like the Bucs to win this game. I didn't ultimately put it on my AM Drive 5, but I like the Bucs to sneak out a win here that they probably shouldn't.
I'm glad I took it off my AM Drive 5 because I almost had Texans money line.
I mean, the Texans. I think this game's going to be close. I think this game is like last possession kind of close.
I like it. Baker heroics, who knows? Cardinals
did it
with
last time.
Clayton Tune. Clayton Tune, who was my sleeper of the draft when it comes to quarterbacks. Love this guy. Against the Cleveland Browns with P.J. Walker, because Deshaun Watson, every week we're hearing in practice, well, he's throwing more zip, and then Deshaun Watson gets on the podium and says, I don't know if I'm going to play on Sunday. Well, good job, Deshaun. You're getting paid regardless, so who cares? This game is interesting. I think the Browns win it, but I think it's going to be closer than people think. I do not think they cover the 8.5 here. I do think the Cardinals can keep this one close.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be looking at this. With P.J. Walker, should P.J. Walker be giving 8.5 points to an NFL team? I mean,
No.
I think on principle, you have to just take Arizona with this. I didn't handicap this because I don't want to have to watch a football game that consists of these two teams. I mean, the only way Cleveland's covering this is if it's 10-0. I mean, literally, or 9-0, 10-0.
That'd be good. That'd be a good spread or good score.
This is another one. Like, you have Clayton Tune. I think he's a 5th-round pick. Like, I don't know what I'm going to get out of him. I mean, he looked pretty good in the preseason. Again,
Thank you.
so did DTR though. So
that's fair. That's a fair point.
I'd be taking 8.5 points just on principle, but that's not a true handicap of this game. I mean, the line, the total has gone from 40.5 to 37.5. So it's just it's pretty brutal to say the least for anyone who's actually watching this game.
16-10 Browns. There you go.
All right, I can see that.
That'd be funny. Hey, it's Frank Reich's revenge game. Hey, speaking of Germans, okay, he's Reich the Third. I don't know what that means, but apparently it's like some horrible thing. The Colts are favored by my Colts are favored by 2.5. Against the Panthers, as Frank Reich welcomes his old team. Could care less about that narrative. I do think, if I'm right about Shane Steichen, I think Colts have to win this game. So this one, yes, it did make your boys AM Drive 5 for the Colts.
Yeah, this is a weird one. I mean, Carolina gets a victory they probably shouldn't have. Albeit at home last week. Now they're only catching 2.5. I mean, you're telling me on a neutral field that this Indianapolis team is 4 to 5 points better.
Yep.
I agree with that. This is such a fishy line. I think Indianapolis should be at minimum 3.
Yep.
I think Carolina might sneak out another victory.
Shut up. Of course. Is that just for the sake of the show, or is that for the sake of your actual money?
No, I have no dog in this fight. I've got 5 games on my docket that I'll be betting. 3 of them here with the AM Drive 5. Yeah, I mean, for my fantasy purposes, I hope Gardner Minshew lights it up. So let's go.
That's a fair point too. Giants, Raiders, Daniel Jones, his neck is back in place. He's feeling good. His reward is facing the new regime, Aiden O'Connell, with Antonio Pierce at head coach. So I wonder if they're going to have another black interim coach. He's going to do well, and then he's going to get fired, and they're going to bring in some other white dude, probably Matt Nagy. That's just what the Raiders do. Remember what they did with the other guy? What was his name?
Who's not black?
The Raiders interim coach before John
Rich Bisaccia was not black.
I thought it was. Oh my gosh! I was trying to pander to the people there. It did not work out.
Yeah, see, you liberal social justice warriors don't even know your information.
That's right. Okay, so I think Giants money line here is to play, because I feel like if I do trust Brian Dable, and I'm gonna try to hang on by a thread with that one, I think Giants are the better team, but this one could also sail under as well.
I'm going
play good defense.
I'm going with the Raiders to this game. Not because you're going with the Giants. I think Antonio Pierce, this is like the perfect first game for him. He was a Giants linebacker for years. And then he was a Washington linebacker, so he hated the Giants. Like,
NFL's rigged.
Perfect. This is perfect for him. Aiden O'Connell probably is not going to do much. Give me some Josh Jacobs action. Defense. Finally, the Giants don't travel. This might be finally one of the few times Vegas actually gets a home game with home fans. I'm only going to cover a point basically at home. So yeah, I'm going to take Las Vegas probably on the money line, but you can also just take it a point and a half too.
Or you can take the Giants money line.
I mean, you can. I don't have any real interest in this game, but
With the LV hat, shame on you.
Yeah, I mean, go Raiders, but I don't care.
You felt good when you said that? Come on, man.
I'm curious what ticket prices are because tickets for the Raiders games are usually astronomical. But I bet with Aiden O'Connell and the nobody gives a crap on the West Coast Giants.
Why don't you check those real quick for us?
Because I'm on. This is my phone.
That's fair. Cowboys, Eagles. Dak Prescott, I believe, is 5-1 against the Eagles in his career, which is crazy. I also think Cowboys are the, I want to say better team because I had the Eagles way higher, obviously, on my top 5. But I think Cowboys have their number. And then we get a couple of Jalen Hurts turnovers. I think Cowboys win 31-24.
So this game is in my AM Drive 5. Jalen Hurts 1-2 against the Cowboys lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that scares me is just this crowd will be rocking. I'm on Dallas as well, plus the 3. I think it's going to be a good game. I think Dallas. This is the weirdest spot because a lot of people will fade Dallas after San Francisco. You know, and I get it. I can understand why they would do something like that. But right now, I just feel like Dallas is playing better football. And like I said, Dak, I believe, is actually 7-2 against the Cowboys or against the Eagles straight up. So give me Cowboys plus 3 in this spot, and watch them just crumble 48-10.
Eagles are a similar team to the 49ers to back up that point. Like built from the right from the lines out. So there you go. All right, carry on.
Yeah, I mean,
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that Dallas doesn't really have any glaring injuries that would make me believe that they're gonna be a little weak. So
it's fair. Carrie Underwood, nah, she's still warming up a little bit. So okay, Bills Bengals. This might be the game of the year so far. It's pretty good. And it's in my AM Drive 5 because I think Bengals are red smoking hot right now. Because of those early 3 or 4 losses, I still think they need another win on their schedule. I think they get it here. I think they win 27-20.
wow, we have an AM Drive crossfire.
No.
Yeah, I actually put Bills money line plus 110.
Wow.
The DeMar Hamlin revenge game.
I bet. Yeah. He suited up for a game, and now he's going to win comeback player of the year. Give me a break.
Yeah, will he play tonight? I think
no.
Or not tonight, but will he play Sunday night?
No.
It's so amazing how this special teams guy just he's going to win comeback player of the year because he played once.
No, he didn't play. He just suited up. Like, what's the point of that? That's not playing.
Against the Dolphins? I thought he played like 1 or 2
He was
snaps
active, but I don't think he played any snaps.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, I like the Bills in this one. I mean, I know that's they've got some ugly losses on the schedule. The 5-3, they almost lost last Thursday, but they've had 10 days off to prepare for this game. And I think we're getting Cincinnati just too much of a premium right here. I still think they're not that great of a team. And yes, is that the same with Buffalo? I don't know. We'll see here. I think Buffalo sneaks out a gritty victory.
Wow.
I'll call it 27-26.
Wow. I'm impressed with that, considering how that game looked last time these two teams tried this game. And NFL said, no, we're going to cancel it. Okay.
It was all of a quarter long. What do you mean how it looked? I mean, Cincinnati came out.
Bengals were up 7-3 and driving the football once again. So
they were on the 50.
They looked good.
Okay, cool. Well, it's a long game.
Okay. We'll see how it pans out for you.
I mean, it's an AM Drive crossfire, so here we go.
I love it. We'll be right back.
Shank It Golf,
Ooh.
the leader in golf apparel for when you want to look your best while you play your worst. Shank It Golf and AM Drive have partnered up to give you guys a discount on some of their awesome merchandise. Go to MikeandAaronDrive.com, click this picture right here, or go to shankitgolf.com. Shop, add everything to your cart: gloves, hats, polos, regular t-shirts. If you want to look good on that course, shankitgolf.com. When you do, promo code AMDrive, 15% off your entire order.
For that, we are hashtag Shankful.
Amen.
AM Drive 5,
All right.
so what is it?
AM Drive 5 time. Here we go. We're going to start in the college ranks. And Kansas coming off a big win against Oklahoma, probably knocking the Big 12 maybe out of the playoffs here. But I'm going to come down off of that, bring Kansas down off their pedestal here. Iowa State -2.5 at home against those pesky Jayhawks. I think the Cyclones are going to get a little victory here. I like the under in that game too if you're interested.
Wow.
Arkansas traveling to Florida, getting 6.5. I'm going to take that one. The Gators, their season's done. They got up for the cocktail party. They got destroyed. They got nothing left to play for. Graham Mertz, no good. Arkansas, 6.5. I'll take that. The Washington Commanders, +3. We talked about that here on the show. The Dallas Cowboys, +3. And, of course, those Bills money line. When you see that on Sunday Night Football.
On NBC. Shut up, Kerry. All righty. I've got one college and 4 pros. My college might be a little bit controversial, but I think at 3:30 Eastern, between the hedges, give me Georgia to cover 15.5 against Missouri. I think they're going to happen. I think they're going to make Missouri look miserable. Oh. All right. Now, my second AM Drive 5 pick, Dolphins Chiefs in Germany. Give me under 51. I don't know which team's going to travel well. I think Dolphins offense, I don't know if it's going to travel. I'm sorry. Even if they win the game, I don't see this game being a shootout, even though NFL wants it to be. Vikings Falcons, give me Falcons -4 against the Jaron Halls. Give me Colts -2.5 against the Panthers. Yeah, the -2.5s are back. I think Shane Steichen gets a big victory. And give me the Bengals to cover their 1.5 against the Bills. I think they win by 7 or 10 points. I think Bengals are a much better team, and they match up well against that overrated team that's never won anything. And we always talk more than Cowboys fans. They really do. They have nothing to show for it, and they talk more than Cowboys fans.
But the Bengals have nothing to show for it either.
I don't know, man.
Anyways, all right, it's going to do it here for us here on the AM Drive. We appreciate you guys tuning in, supporting, listening, watching, all of the above. Make sure you continue to do more of the same. Don't forget we have a potential surprise announcement on November 17th. So you'll have to stick around for that. Stay tuned, stick and stay, support everything on MikeandAaronDrive.com, the shop, sponsors, socials, and the YouTube. Gabe Davis, anytime touchdown. That's an AM Drive 6 right there. Love me some Gabe Davis. Do you know where Gabe Davis went to college?
I don't know. Did you know James Conner? You know what James Conner had when he was in college?
He was a Scorpio. Oh, no, wait. He was a Cancer.
Oh, I was going to say UCF, but that works too.
Gabe Davis did go to UCF. Good job.
Yeah, I know.
Anyways, MikeandAaronDrive.com, shops, sponsors, socials, YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube. We appreciate you guys. Enjoy the sports weekend. Gamble responsibly. And, of course, as always,
drive safe. Have fun in Germany.
I'm not going.